Hey everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of How to Build Your Portfolio. Okay, I've got no idea what number of episodes we're on for this. We did, this is kind of the second part of a video we did a while ago called Don't Quick Sell Your Strategy. I'll dig it out and I'll link it in the description below for this video going live, okay, but feel free to check that out. You're going to see what's in that video anyway as we dive into it, okay? But if you've watched the videos earlier today, you'll see we've sold our Madison, okay? And we've also acquired a lot of other players over the last month or so. I've kind of mentioned in passing and this, that and the other. And again, at the risk of you wanting to tell me, shut up, you've said that enough times already. But it's not, I don't do these videos to say, look, I've bought him and I've bought him and I've bought him and I've bought him. You should buy them too because of whatever. What I like to do is show you how you should be manipulating the market, how you should be manipulating your own portfolio to maximize your profit. If you've got a normal account, like I've got a normal account, I would say my deposits will vary in profits and whatever. But I don't wake up and go, oh, I'm going to deposit £1,000 today or £5,000 or £500 or whatever. My deposits will range from £20 to really, I'm going to show you a deposit today of £100, but that was a cash flow related thing, and I'll come to that as we get to it. But my deposits are all very minimal, and I normally like to buy a player with a deposit, or I'll maybe spread it across some positions on a backward slump or whatever. But anyway, let's dive into the actual content. Okay, so we've got the actual RBL account that we did on the Don't Quick Sell Your Strategy video, which again will be linked in the description below. And where we left off with this is where we had 82 Madison at 291. That's where we left off, and we recorded that video at the time of buying Madison at like 291, and we explained why we were buying them at that price, what had happened in the market, and what we've seen coming up. Okay, so what we've done since then, okay, is we bought another 2 Madisons. So we ended up with 84 not long after that video went out. So that means the total amount deployed was £250 into Madison, okay? Recently, I'll show you the screenshots of the transactions. We sold 9 Madison at £29.28 net, and we bought 40 Forsberg with that money at 73p a share. We were left over with 75 Madison. As you can see, he's had 2 assists for us, netted some dividends. We then sold and withdrew, and this is the cash flow thing, so we'll come back to this. 10 Madison at 38.12. And then we sold and withdrew the other 65 Madison. So we sold 65 of them, which netted us £245.25, and we withdrew 240. So I just left the 525 and the 150 from the IPDs. They were just floating about. Okay, so the cash flow adjustment. Okay, so what basically happened is I identified that I wanted to buy some more Haidara and some more Marcel Sabitzer because the prices they were at and things I think I wanted to buy them. The problem was I didn't want to sell Madison at the same point I wanted to buy these guys at. So what I've done is I've looked at my personal finances and thought, right, I want to sell Madison as of like a little bit after the Bulgaria game and the rest of it after the Kosovo game, depending on if he plays, does he score, does he get appearances, does he stay on the bench. All these eventualities are what I'm weighing up and how much I'll sell at what points, okay? So I know I'm going to be selling my Madison by the end of Kosovo game in one way, shape or form, but I want to buy these guys now. So I look at my personal finances and I think, can I spare some money out of my personal account between now and when it'll eventually return to my account on no later than Thursday next week, Thursday this week as we record the video. So we've deposited money out of my own pocket for the sole intention of just alleviating the cash flow. So I don't need to sell Madison at a time that doesn't suit me. And now this comes with a big disclaimer, guys, right? I'm talking about putting extra money into your index so you don't need to sell something, okay? Now that can lead you down a dark path to problem gambling and making this a bit of an issue, okay? If you're going to alleviate the cash flow of your portfolio against your personal account, your savings account, whatever access to funds you have, then you need to stick to your word to yourself and make sure you withdraw money so you can cover your daily expenses, your bills, whatever, okay? On this occasion, I was more than happy to do something like that so I could grab these guys at the price I wanted, at the time I wanted, and then it allowed me to then sell my Madison when I wanted to on my own terms to try and maximise the upside on them. Okay, so we've done that, and you've probably read this screen while I've been chatting, okay, but I'll just run you through the last little bits we've got. So the initial outlay on this entire account, I'm just going to call it, okay, so if you look right the way back at the beginning, you see the 309.62 and then the extra 2 Madison that we bought So those two numbers put together gets us a total initial outlay on this whole series of transactions over the last, I don't know what I say, 2 months, maybe 10 weeks, of £315. And again, you can go through and do all the maths for everything we've done. The total amount of money we've withdrawn net has been £343.34. Essentially, 10% profit has been withdrawn and realised into my personal account. £30 is not going to change my world. Okay, whatever. Capital still deployed, so we still have basically on the table, because of the wheeling and dealing and the trading and whatever, we still have 20 Hydara. Those 20 Hydara are worth 86 pence per share. Forget my average price on my portfolio. The Forsbergs, we have 40 of them, and he's already captured his 3p per share of dividends. And then those 15 Sabitzer, he scored 1 goal for Austria, so he's captured those 15, just those 15, not all my Sabitzer. Also the rest of them have done great, but just that Sabitzer that I bought with the Madison money has earned me already 1 pence per share. £1.23 per share initial outlay. So we've now ended up, and this is the only bit of maths I've not done yet, so I'm just going to pause the video real sharp. So we still have 64.85 capital deployed, which is of the initial outlay we had, quite close to around that 20% mark. That's still live, that's still in play. And this is the net worth minus commission plus the dividends we've earned, the net worth of them as they stand now. So again, we're getting closer to, you know, it's a couple of quid more up. You know, the guys aren't up massively at the moment, but we still have an extra. We've realised and withdrawn 10% profit. We've had some great fun along the way, obviously, with these trades and watching them progress and them skyrocket and whatever. And we've still got that roughly 20%, or just, I'd say it's probably just over 20% on the table still, in live actual futures that are still in a lot of ways undervalued in the market as they sit there now, in my opinion. Okay, now the last little kind of food for thought, the last little kind of lesson you might want to take out of this, right, is I actually in the end had to quick sell all my Madison. Now when I bought them initially, if you can go back and watch the video, what we were looking for was to realise £1 per share. So we bought them at £2.91, we identified them at £2.85. You can go back and check that video, will be linked below, okay? But we wanted to earn £1 per share. That was the target we'd set, okay? And we went way above and beyond that, and there was a time where it was 4.15, and in hindsight, I should have really sold him at that point, because he's only went kind of slightly backwards and dipped out since then, okay? But when we bought him, and again, anyone who was speaking to me about Madison, or anyone who was speaking that I was getting involved, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, the advice I always said was wait till the England team comes out and make your decision then. And I had already made my mind up. If you got in that England team, I was selling before the end of the international window, and that's personally what I wanted to do. He's running a little bit of a backward trend now. They've got Man United this weekend, and he could end up being a bit of a song at that price. He'll be coming back, wanting something to prove, get back in that team again. Leicester are going from strength to strength. We all know they're going to have a good year this year, whatever, right? But I wasn't bummed out that I didn't. Oh, don't get me wrong, we all want to make the most amount of profit possible, but I kept that in my head that, you know what, my initial target was to just basically make £1 per share, and by and large, we kind of done that, which £1 per share was roughly about that 30% mark. 291 to 391 is just over a third, yeah. And we've released 10%, and we've still got about 20% floating about. So overall, you know, we've pretty much hit targets and everything as well, and that is with us unfortunately having to quick sell the last 75 of the shares were quick sold. You know, I don't enjoy saying that. I don't like that was the case. You know, I'll just show you the pictures I've got, so you'll see here. That's the Hydara, sorry, that's the 9 Madison going out for the Forsberg. You can see that there. This is the 10 Madison that went out and got withdrawn, and this is basically the money that was levied against. If you check the dates, you know, this was on the 7th and this was on the 6th, the day before, you know, so that's that. And then I've not got the, and then that's the final 65 there, as you'll see, sold, and you can tell it's quick sold because it's all 65 of them together. Commission's a flat fiver. We withdrew the 240, and then Ronaldo's earned us some money, topped up some of the loose change that was in the accounts. We've now got around tenner. kicking about there. So with this, guys, as I say, this is called this video is going to be called how to build your portfolio, right? So there's some great examples here of some great trading and some very normal examples of some very normal trading. You know, you're not always going to be able to sell at the tippy top. And like when we bought Madison, that was part of the lesson in the last video. If you go and watch that, go and check it out. But you know, if you've identified something, you've got to have as much patience as you possibly can. And when it got down to where his quick sell price was my target, was $3.91. When his quick sell price got to that level there, it was about £4.1, £4.2. And you've got to learn from the market around you. The very first name that popped to my head when I seen him getting that low, and I seen he wasn't coming off the bench, England had made all 3 subs, was this boy here. And I thought, this is exactly the way Madison's price is going to go in the next 48 hours or so if I don't sell him now, and I'll be quickly regretting it. I could hang on a bit longer. I don't need that money really right now, but I do want to close that position out because I'm a normal man. I have a normal salary. You know, I've got 2 kids, a mortgage, a car, all this stuff. And withdrawing money is a big part of my enjoyment on the index. When that 240 quid comes back into me, also I had the 70 quid or whatever it was the other day from when I sold him and Jovic. But when that 240 quid comes into my account on Thursday, I'm going to enjoy having an extra, not random, but an extra unaccounted for £240 in my pocket. Knowing, on top of that, that I've got 20 Haidara, 15 Sabitzer and 40 Forsberg for free. For free. I've not paid, I've now have no outlay of my own pocket, of my own money. I have those shares now and there's no pressure on me to do anything with them. Obviously by buying those 15 Sabitzer, I did push my average price up from 56 pence to, or 58 pence or whatever it was something daft cheap, up to 78 pence, which I don't care about because it's a fresh 15 shares that are eligible for IPDs. He scores another couple of goals, all the better. And he's a great position. You're buying him at 123. I didn't really see him getting any lower than that, and I don't think he really did, in all honesty. 122 is his low, you know, for the last kind of period. So I was really happy at that. So guys, yeah, this has been how to build your portfolio. Thanks for tuning into the video today, guys. I hope you can take some sort of lesson out of this, good, bad, and indifferent. Even if it's just, you know what, this is exactly what I'm doing. Should reinforce you that, you know, because what I do, guys, I don't do spreadsheets myself, to be honest with you, right? My notes in my phone is full of little, so I trace the money. I'm like a forensic, you know, fraud detective or something like that, you know, where I'm tracing every pound and penny. So I deposited money, I then bought all these guys, I then sold them, I put my money here, and that's how I kind of manage my portfolios. I think about the path that a single track of money goes down, if that makes sense. And what you see here in front of you, I will be doing again with the bench. So we've got a video that released on Monday called the new substrat. If you go and check that out, this is basically where that's going to end up in the next 2 months or whatever. But we're starting with 5 guys on the fantasy football bench, and then basically what you've seen happen here is what will happen again, guys, okay? And it's all about with Football Index having fun, making money, and yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.